If you're watching this video, you probably clicked and thought, I'm interested in this kind of video. I want to quit porn, or I've quit porn but want to learn how to keep walking away from it. And that's what I'm here for. I'm a guy who helps people quit porn. That's one of my main passions. I like making videos on self-improvement as a whole, but quitting porn definitely is a big factor in regards to self-improvement. And one question I get a lot, and I got recently a few times that I wanted to answer in video form, is what to do when you regularly experience flashbacks. Flashbacks being maybe scenes in your head or different environments or moods or even smells or tastes or any type of experience that you might go through that might trigger a thought in your mind. And when you have that thought in your mind of either A, you doing it, or just the scene of whatever you're looking at and thinking of, it can truly lead you right back into porn within 5 seconds. And that's kind of the deadly nature of porn. It's the most accessible and easily hideable drug that we've ever seen. And you're not in it alone, let me tell you. I've worked with many men on how to remove it from their lives. And, I think this is probably the hardest drug to quit because most drugs, you have to go to a physical place to get it. This drug, you can do it from right from your bathroom, right from your bed. And no one's ever going to know if you don't let anyone know. And that's kind of the deadly nature of it. But to answer the question of flashbacks, I first want to answer the question of triggers and urges and getting to the root of it. A lot of people think that, oh, I'm just horny. I just want a nut. That's what I really want. And that's why I'm jerking off. And that's why I'm looking at porn, because it feels good and I want to get that nice nut. And, don't get me wrong, that could be one of the reasons. But normally, one of the root reasons that you're wanting to watch is some kind of deeper emotion that you're feeling. Very common ones that I've heard of are feeling stressed or anxious about all the responsibilities you got to do, or you have a tough day ahead of you, or whatever. Second could be feeling just depressed, feeling low and feeling kind of sad about something. If something sad or unfortunate has happened to you, or you feel depressed about your life circumstance, that can truly want you to lead to porn. Another one might be you're feeling bored. Yeah, normally I watch Tuesdays after 5 p.m. because I don't actually have anything that evening and I don't have anything going on. I'm just kind of alone in my room. And I normally watch just because of boredom in some sense. And that's one. I've also heard of frustration being another. Oh man, I was just so pissed off at traffic today and I was just so overheated and I just wanted to just not think about it. And a lot of the time guys don't have the emotional intelligence to realize like, oh, I just am feeling a certain feeling, and porn sometimes can be something that is a solution to that feeling. Like, oh, I don't want to feel this way anymore. I don't want to feel stressed. I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to be alone anymore. I want to be with someone. I don't feel as if I'm good enough. Any of these mix of emotions, or just one or two that you might have, are normally things that can be dealt with in a very positive manner. And porn it's like a band-aid. It's like, oh, here's my quick solution to not feel this way for 5 minutes. But as most of you guys know, as soon as you nut, you have that clarity of, oh, what I did really wasn't worth it. Wow, I still feel just as stressed. I now feel even lower, and I feel so depressed and alone again. And it's much worse. And if you're like me, when you're in that low state, you want to just watch again and again because you want to get that quick high. Scientifically, when you search for that quick high with porn, you definitely reach a high. But after that, for the next 72 hours, you're just declining and shooting way past lower than you were before. And it leaves you vulnerable. And that's exactly why it's such a dang cycle. And it's so sad to see. I was in it for 10 years. Trust me, I know. But the thing to realize is instead of using the Band-Aid solution of porn, we have to figure out what solution is going to work for you that will be a healthy habit to engage in whenever you feel that certain way. Because let me tell you, there is never going to be a day that you aren't urged to want to go back to porn. If porn is something that you've been watching for the past many years, like I get triggered regularly. I think about sex all the time, but I have systems in my life that have allowed me to engage in healthy habits whenever I feel the urge. One of my biggest reasons for watching was feeling stressed. I just had school and work, and I just had a lot of responsibilities to do, and I normally just would jerk off before doing any of it to like kind of relieve stress, but then after I'd be like, even less motivated. But then like, well, I gotta do my work. But it was kind of my band-aid solution to like de-stressing. Like, oh, let me just not think about any of this for 5 minutes. But then after, it's like, now I'm really thinking about all these things. Plus now I'm thinking about how sad and depressed I feel that I just did that. And it was just horrible. And what I found works better is let's just open up a journal and let's just start writing. That's one strategy that I have. Another strategy is hitting the gym very, very hard. That's an insane stress reliever. Hitting the sauna, hitting the cold plunge, and having very deep conversations with my girlfriend and with the people in my road away from porn and also the people in my life. And having all these things that can allow me to have higher dopamine that's sustained. Journaling is very therapeutic. Going to counseling, having deep conversations, hitting the gym, hitting the sauna. All these things, they give you dopamine, but it takes work. It takes effort. Whereas porn, it's like you give in no effort and you get such pleasure. After, you're just not going to feel fulfilled because you didn't put in any effort. And that's kind of what I kind of preach with the men that I work with is, hey, so every person's going to have a different urge and a different emotion that's going to trigger them. So each person has to come up with a different plan or a different healthy habit that will work for them. Some people are like, yeah, I feel alone and I feel like I don't have anyone. And I either A, I'm single and I just want a girlfriend, or B, yeah, I'm dating someone, but she's not around right now and I just feel alone. And one strategy that really works is calling a friend. Calling a friend in that situation can truly just change your mindset in a matter of a few seconds. It's like if you're single or dating, you call a friend. It's like, hey, how's it going? And like all of a sudden, the urge to watch porn is just not there anymore because you have kind of just tricked your brain to be like, well, whenever I get lonely, I just call someone. And it ends up being a deep conversation that's really meaningful, and I feel amazing after. And I no longer feel lonely. I feel loved and accepted and supported. And that's what I want people to feel. You know, that's just an example of feeling kind of lonely as a trigger. But there's all kinds of different triggers, and there's probably some people listening right now that are like, yeah, I have a slightly different trigger that's different than the ones you mentioned. And it's like, amazing. Let's start digging into it. Write down what the mood is, why you feel that way, what environment you're normally in, what activity you're engaging in, and try to get to the root, because normally you're really not horny. It's like there'd be no need for you to be horny when you're next to a screen. It's like there's no need. There's something deeper itching you and trying to nag at you and tell you like, hey, there's something really wrong. And porn is just a great solution for a very short time, but it's a horrible long-term solution, as you know. So that's kind of how I would deal with flashbacks is, you know, if I get that feeling of, the feeling, the smell, the vibe, the environment, the trigger, the thing on the show, anything that might trigger you to want to go watch and might make you even think of the naked women you've seen in videos before. Like, if you're able to engage in a healthy habit soon enough, whenever you get that urge, it'll just be a habit stack. If you've read Atomic Habits, as soon as the one feeling comes, you stack a healthy habit on, and then you stack another healthy habit on. It's like, it's a habit stack. So then all of a sudden, whenever I feel stressed, I hit the gym, journal, go outside, but I just know that if I watch porn, I'm going to feel 7 times more stressed, and it's going to be a negative habit stack of, oh, I feel stressed. Oh, let's watch porn as a Band-Aid. Oh, now I feel low. And it's like, oh, let's watch porn to feel a little better. And it's like, it's just this horrible negative habit stack. Now it's like, oh, now I'm so depressed. Now I don't feel like doing anything. I guess I'll just scroll on my phone. Negative habit stack. I guess I'll just eat food that will make me feel a little better for 5 seconds. Oh, negative habit stack. It's like when you're going down that negative habit stack, you're going to keep falling into the trap. So what you got to do is face those flashbacks head on and say, hey, I don't want this, I don't need this, and I'm going to do something really healthy for me right now, and porn is not the solution here. There's something that's going to be a much better solution for me, and it's going to leave me feeling way better, and it's going to leave me feeling way more ready to get into a relationship. I don't think men that are dealing with porn are the greatest at dealing with a relationship, because like if something hard happens in the relationship, all of a sudden, negative habit stack, let's watch porn. Now you feel depressed and shameful and feel like you can't tell your woman things. And then it's like, oh, now you're irritable. And then you'll be irritable towards her because you know deep down there's something you're hiding from her. And it's like this horrible stack. And what I want is people to be vulnerable and open with their struggles. And, you know, if you're having flashbacks and you just can't seem to understand why, I would love to help. I have free calls with people all the time to try to figure out what is your root reason why you're feeling urged, and what habit can we replace it with. And the thing I offer in my program is a community of men that have gone through the same thing, some men that are going through it at the moment, where you can work with them and me and see that, oh, you're not alone in this struggle. There's so many men that struggle with this. And, you know, I think that community aspect is truly so helpful because so many guys struggle alone. But that's my recommendation. If you're dealing with flashbacks and you don't know what to do, write down what are the moods and environments that are leading me to feel triggered. And if that still isn't working to help you figure it out, I would love to have a call with you. There's a link in the description and should be pretty quick to fill out. And soon enough, you'll be talking face to face, you know. It'll be great to meet you, and I'm excited to see you improve as a man, and I'm excited to see your relationships thrive. Platonic, friendly relationships and romantic relationships. But most importantly, romantic, because I think all of us men really do desire a long-term committed relationship with a woman you can love, trust, and respect. And that's what I hope will happen when you quit porn, because that's exactly what happened to me. Well, over and out. I hope you guys have a good one.